Hello everyone, we are from Nebula team Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. With me, Hudzaifa Saiful Haq is the leader, and my team,
Nehla Sobha.
And me, Afif Nuraihan.
will be present our poster with title Become a Gig Worker in Pandemic Era. So, let's get started. In this project, we will introduce an opportunity as a gig worker during in pandemic era. Our goal is to expand this poster to serve as a social campaign through social media and directly to the public that there is still a chance to survive in pandemic era. In this project, we use secondary data as our data source, which we get from surveys and studies from other parties. And we use a descriptive qualitative analysis, namely by describing the whole research subject with the support of information and data from the case study. So, we start from the situation in this pandemic era. In today's economies and the continued uncertainty of our job situation, more and more people are looking to find different methods of making a living. We've all seen from the news that stores, restaurants, small business until big business alike have all been shutting their doors. Some of them permanently. A lot of people have been struggling with money this year. So it's easy to say that so many businesses have been completely shut down. Due to global pandemic causing an unprecedented number of folks to be out of work and left to fend for themselves and provide for themselves or their families due to the large amount of people not wanting to leave their homes. And this is a great news. Gig job is here to stay. I guess you can say it's a future of employment in a way think about it. You don't have a boss, you don't have to set a schedule, also you can have more doing a gig work than you would in a regular 9 until 5 job while working potentially less hours. With that way, you have so many times to do the things that you want without worrying when or where you'll receive your next paycheck. Doesn't that seem like a win-win situation, right? We certainly think that there's enough unpleasantness in this world right now. So we think that everyone could see this information and then help them to spread a little bit of hope into their lives. Next, we'll describe about what is gig economy and who is a gig worker.
What is the gig economy? Gig economy is a vacancy term for freelance work contract and would take a freelancer job on demand who often accept multiple projects at once. The internet and app are dedicated gig workers, whether you full-time or part-time worker. Gig economy related to short-term, project-based, and outcome-defined work. Abraham et al. 2018 work obtained through an online platform with work doled out in bits and pitch. International Labour Organization 2016 include crowd work referred to working activities that imply completing a series of tasks through online platform and work on demand via apps channeled through apps managed by firms. And how about the gig worker? Gig work, which can be defined as any type of income earning activity that exists outside of the traditional employer-employee relationships, was on the rise before the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Statistics Canada 2019 usually not employed on the long-term basis by a single firm to complete a specific work at the specific period of time. Bureau of Labor Statistics 2016 do not have implicit or explicit contract for a long-term employment. Gig worker are independent contractors, online platform worker, contract firm workers, on-call workers, and temporary workers. Gig workers enter into formal agreement with on-demand companies to provide service to company client. In a gig economy, large number of people work in the part-time or temporary position or as independent contractors. The result of a gig economy is cheaper, more efficient service such as Uber and Airbnb for those willing to use them. People who don't use technological service such as the internet may be left behind by the benefit of the gig economy. Cities tend to have most highly developed services and are the most entrenched in the gig economy. We don't realize that they are all around us, like handymen, programmers, tutors, Uber drivers, and so many more. In the pandemic era, gig work is very profitable to explore skills, punch hard for money.
Now we're gonna talk about why are millennials choose to be gig workers. There is 5 reasons why millennials choose to be so. The big one is about income. 62% of millennials make this as a reason to gig work. The more job we take, the more income we get. And now at pandemic COVID-19, as we know that pandemic decreased the economy, the lack income from being gig workers motivates millennials to choose in being so. 39% of millennials thought that they have more flexibility in work. Flexibility from workers' perspective means the ability to define and control their working hours, place of work, pace, and scheduling of work, all important aspects of job quality. 33% millennials said being a gig worker give them more freedom. Gig work give people more control over their schedules. These workers decide which hours they are on, so planning around family commitment, doctor appointments, and even fun time is much easier. Though, if obtaining health insurance, saving for retirement, and having a stable income are harder to come by. Work-life balance is the ideal dream for all workers, where we can manage all between work duties, family life, and other duties. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance has never been more difficult and important. There are no laws preventing them from overwork. That's why just 37% that make this as reason to be a gig worker. 39% millennials said gig work gives them new work environment. It gives us experience to work in different atmosphere. It's a fresh breeze for who've done work from office and might be with full pressure before into work at home, which they can do their job while sharing some time with their families. Okay, the newest data survey by Deloitte Millennial Survey in 2020 during pandemic, where all people do their job from home, almost 60% millennials and Z generation said that they're more comfortable by working remotely. Like that 69% of millennials and 64% of Z generation thought having the option to work from home in the future would relieve stress. Then 67% of millennials and 63% of Z generation believe that remote working enables a better work-life balance. 64% of millennials and 60% of Z generation would like the option to work remotely more frequent after COVID-19 disruption. 61% of millennials and 57% of Z generation would prefer to use video conferencing more in the future instead traveling for work. And 51% of both have felt more able to bring their true self to work since working from home because COVID-19. With this amount fact, we know that COVID didn't just bring a pain for us. If we can utilize it well, we realize that we can take much even in this dreadful condition.
So, it's to know that not only the millennial generation can work as a gig worker. As long as we have an internet, we can work as a gig worker also. Here we present the top reason from previous group of people who work as a gig worker processed from BMO Wealth Management. In fact, that 49% said that working as a gig worker can balance career and their family's need. And 99% agree that they got earning while seeking a job. 22% said that the gig workers were the only way to make an income. 48% could facilitate autonomy control, and 55% said that they can make extra money on the side. So, this is a reason why it is important we introduce this information to the public. One of which is through the posters that are simple, interesting, and easy to understand so that people can be helped during the living in this pandemic era. So that's all from us. Remember, for always prepare yourself and be more confident. Thank you and see you later.